Hi, my name is Kyle. Today I'm going to give you a quick rundown of some of the sounds that I did for this Control Resonant redesign. I submitted this to the G.A.N.G demo derby at GDC this year, and I got a few questions about some of the sounds in it. And I'm just going to do a quick run through, talk about basically what I was thinking, some of the things that I did, some of the plugins that I used to achieve the sounds that you hear in it. I've gotten some feedback on this since I first started this project, and there's some things that I would have done differently if I had to start this again, which I hope I don't have to. And I'll just stop on anything that I feel like I can dive a little more deeply on. Let's go ahead and get started. I was basically inspired by two different pieces. So we've got quite a few moving parts with this. So the main one, we've got these main vocal tracks. Those are the two takes that I did. The God of War aspect of it, I really like the vocalizations of that character. So I typed those words into a Norse translator. I just did two takes of that, and I processed the living hell out of it. Pitched this one down 13, did a hard tune with Metatune because I really liked the pitch that I got it to. Decapitator, drive at 10, mix about a little over half, and then I tried to dial in the tone to a place where it was peaking where I wanted it to, and then just got rid of some frequencies that were really annoying me. And I did that for two different tracks, and I think on this second one I pitched it even lower, and I had the distortion on this one maxed out. And I have both of those going into a bus where I'm doing even more damage to them. I've got a multi-band compressor, really just trying to make that sub information just locked down, like it's
almost rattling your skull.
I really wanted it to sound like it is coming through this metal, like it is rattling this metal to the point where it is just this really loud signal coming from elsewhere. And I compressed it even more with a distressor, hit it with some soothe. And then this is the kind of interesting part. There's a sound on here, an IR called Steel Cask. And I blended this in to to make it sound like it was coming out of metal. And I wanted to get a good balance of it sounding like it was metal, but also having it cut through the mix, because when I first saw this trailer, it was kind of startling, and I wanted to keep that. Then after that, even more metallic, vibrating kind of theme here, using a plate reverb. Then I'm hitting it with more EQ, sending it to a Valhalla verb for almost 5 seconds of decay, cleaning up the low end and the high end because it really builds up fast. And then I'm using a tremolo, and it just kind of added this interesting effect that kind of just feels like it's reverberating out and out for miles and miles, because I really want it to sound like this is an almost deafening monolith. And some other flavor that I added to this was I used morph, and I used an alligator growl. Yeah, man, just, you know, just the really good stuff. And with this plugin on, I'm side chaining the output of this to the reptile, and it's basically doing its magic, blending the sounds together in a way that makes it greater than the sum of its parts. It just adds this really nice throatiness to the sound. Right here I've got a, I want to say it's just a metal sound. Yeah, just making it sound like it's shaking the metal while it's speaking. So altogether that sounds like. And then for this next part, I added a different vocal layer. I pulled out one of the doubles to kind of give the voice a little more variety in the different sections. Since this one is a little bit closer on the screen, I wanted it to have a different tonality. So what I'm doing with this one is I added one where I'm literally just like growling angrily to kind of indicate the urgency of what the board is saying. Kind of had a lot of fun with this one. A flanger and a chorus, and it really just, it adds something that I really like. And it really works with just kind of the vibration of what's going on screen. It's just a really nice layer. And I also added a different kind of metal movement underneath that. Because it's shaking in his hand so violently. It's almost like, you know, the storyline here is him becoming corrupted by the board. You know, he is this bright light. You know, in the story, he's fairly innocent, like he's asleep the entire time the first game is going on. And he wakes up, he's been betrayed. The board is speaking to him, and we have this scene here where he has short hair, he's just coming out of a coma, and the next thing you know, you look down, his hands are covered in blood. And I wanted to signify that by adding these distorted risers. That one altogether. The last one is disembodied. You know, there's no physical movement there. And so this disembodied one, it is very much an internal kind of voice. It's just kind of like rattling around his skull. So it's a little bit more direct, but it still has that huge echo. And that's it. Thank you for stopping by to check this out. If you have any more questions about what I did here, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer. And thanks for stopping by.